G'day, how are you? It's Iska here. Listen, I'm not sure if you've seen any of my videos before, but if you have, maybe you may have seen a video in the last couple of videos that I've uploaded where I actually found a machine like this. I brought it home and I fixed it. It's an incredibly long video, and basically I'd never opened one of these machines up or tried to fix one ever. And I thought, let's try and do it. So I did it, and it took about an hour and a half in this video. But what I was left with was this donor machine. In fact, this is the machine that I found. I was going to fix this machine, but I ended up fixing another machine that I had that basically was easier to repair. But listen, what I thought I'd do with this particular hunk of junk here is, you can see that I've pulled parts off it to fix this machine that is now being test run at the moment. What I thought I might do with this machine here is actually keep going and pull some parts off. I might do this on camera. I thought some people might find this interesting, especially if you want to delve into fixing your own machine. You might get a really good idea of how some things are, you know, positioned, etc. So what I'm going to do, and it looks like we're going to get a bit of rain, so I've got to be quick. I'm just going to quickly see what I can do. I'm going to see if I can pull some parts off and just see how it's put together, because I will be very shortly making an updated version of the video I posted about this machine. It was too long because I was trying to figure out how to fix it. It just went for such a long time. So I am going to put out an updated version of how to fix that, a much shorter video, and by pulling this hunk of junk here apart, we might even get some more ideas on how to do that, eh? So that's the plan. That's the plan for me. I don't know if there's a video on this. I'm sure some people might find it interesting. So what I'm just going to do is take you along. If you want to see what I do, awesome. If not, go watch something else. So first of all, looks like we've already taken this back apart. So I want to keep this power cord. So I'm just going to take that off now. It's only one screw. In fact, no, I'm just going to keep this entire part like this. I like this. I'm just going to hold on to this part exactly how it is. So that's going to save us a bit of time. It's got a heater on it. Now the problem with this machine here, it had a short in it. So I'm going to be keeping virtually all the parts that aren't electrically related, like this heating element. That might be the reason it had a short. You know, it's just too difficult to work out what the problem is with machines that have shorts. I'm pretty sure it'll be the motor, but you just can never tell. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not interested, to be honest with you. But I will actually write on here that this came out of a machine with a short, so just to double check that before we use that part. So I'm just going to place this over there. And what should we take off next? Well, I reckon we should see, how do you get into this? I want to know how to take this bowl out. I want to know how to take this belt off, because yeah, it's interesting. How do you take that belt off? I'm not sure. In this last video that I did where I was fixing this machine there up, I kept saying, now that fell off here. That's like a sleeve. Okay, so I don't know how you would take this drum out. I kept thinking that, I'll move you back here. See, the problem with this machine just there was that this particular, and this one's broken as well. You see this wheel here? It normally has a big bit of rubber that goes around there, and that centers this bowl, keeps it nice and straight. Well, that's perished. Now, with the machine that I just fixed, that is test drying now, what I was trying to do was to pull this off and put another one on without actually removing the bowl. And so I thought maybe you just pulled it backwards a little bit, you know. And that's how I got it on. I got it on just like that. But there's got to be an easier way. Like, I want to know how to replace a belt on this machine. So let's try and work that out. Let me just go and grab a pair of pliers. In fact, I might be able to use this screwdriver. Can you see this spring down here? That's your tension spring. So if we kind of see if I can do it with I might have to get some pliers. Let's see if I can. Ah, come on. There we go. So now that that spring is off, this motor can move freely. So see how this lifts up now, and that makes this nice and easy to move around. In fact, is that giving us enough slack to kind of pull this belt off? No, it hasn't. See, I still don't know how to get this belt off. And that's what we've got to work out. Oh, come on. I'm definitely going to hold on to this idler, this little wheel here. We're going to hold on to that. That's going to be a good part. We'll hold on to the fans on this machine. Yeah, so how do we do this? I have a feeling, you know, I'm just looking at this. I have a feeling that we might have to, I don't know. That's the whole idea of this video. Let's just start pulling stuff apart. Let's take this cover off here. There we go, that's off. I'll just show you what's going on in there. So that's your fan on the back side. Yeah, it's odd. Let's undo this thing here now. Too big. I'll just go and grab it. The drivers. Okay, let's just undo this. Like, so far I've kind of been working on the back and the sides. I had a look at the front before. You could possibly get to a lot of this stuff just through the front. So I'm looking forward to kind of removing the front of this machine and seeing exactly how that's put together. Okay, so that lifts up like that. Alright, so that's obviously designed so you can pull this entire piece out maybe, but then the fan's going to stop it, right? This fan will stop if you're trying to pull that out. So let's keep... Oh, my washing's done. Excellent. Okay, let's just keep going here. Let's take this thing off here. In fact, let's remove this capacitor. Okay, that's taken care of. So let's take this off. I took this part off on the other machine, I'm pretty sure. So probably fine, there's another fan inside here. Alright, let's get these wires out of the way. Okay, oh there you go. That makes a lot more sense now, because you see this fan here, I was thinking that this was going to be in this bit of ducting, which I couldn't understand how you'd get the motor out. So that's probably how you would get the motor out. Let's have a look. Now if I lift this up, oh hang on, we still haven't taken this thing out here. You need to release that, I think. Oh, see, when you lift this up, when you take this long screw out, this entire bowl lifts up. All right, and then there's an angled screw. All right. So, come on, there we go. Right, let's see if we can lift this up. Okay. Now, for a start, let's just disconnect this plug here. Ah, there we go. You just have to pull these. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. All right, now, so this is disconnected. You lift this up. I just set you back here. All right, let me just see what happens when I jiggle this motor around. There's got to be an easier way than this. Oh, I see. I think, I have a feel you have to remove this entire motor to replace the belt, I'd say. Because you can see there's an idler back here, this idler wheel. These would break all the time because they break all the time in normal dryers. And the only way to replace this idler, by the looks of things, is if you take the motor out, because it's actually got a pin through there. It's not like you can just slide it on. It's got a pin through there, so I guess we're trying to work out how to remove this. Ah, I know how to take that motor out. So look at this. See the fan on here? It's got a nut at the end here. So if we take this fan off, that's how we pull this motor out. So we just need to get something to take that fan nut off. I'm not sure what I've got. I'll soon find out. In fact, just a normal spanner should, yeah, it looks like a normal spanner might do it. I think. Oh yeah, it's turning. Let me just go and get some pliers. There we go. Alright, so let's pull that off. It's got a washer there as well. Let's just pull it off. Hopefully it's going to come off. Is it going to come off? Yeah, here it comes. There we go. Got a couple of washers and a fan. So let's just pop those there. Go back around to this side now. I'll just set you here. Now, let's have a look at this. There we go. So that's how you take the motor out. I'm assuming that's how you kind of replace the belt, because now that the motor's there, you can literally lift the bowl up, I'd say. So, what a stupid design. What a dumb design. Okay, sorry, this isn't a review. This is me trying to work out how this thing is put together so I can make better videos in the future. Alright, so now that that is like that, I guess, let me just move this computer out of the way. Realistically, this, let me just set you on this machine. This bowl should basically just lift up, right? There we go. Maybe. Yes, there we go. Wow. I'll tell you something though. Out of all the bowls that I've ever seen in the dryers, this is probably one of the most beautiful ones I've ever seen. It's gorgeous. It's massive. It is huge. 8 kilos. I think I'll hold on to that. I was going to toss that out. But okay. Let's have a look. Oh, look at this. Is that a light bulb? I didn't know there was a light on these machines. Okay. Now, let's keep going. Well, to be honest with you, that's all that I really need to do. I'm going to take the door off. You see, I was wondering whether you could actually attack this from the front, maybe take the front off. But looking at this, I don't know if you can. Just looking at the way these are all, that's screwed onto the, this here is screwed onto the bottom of the machine. But is anything screwed to this front part? I don't think so. No, that front is moving, so you might be able to actually pull the front off, which would still be difficult because you've still got all these wires going through there, right? And the wiring harness. I don't know, it just doesn't seem right taking the front of the machine off. I mean, you can take this metal part, the metal housing off. That's quite easy to take off. But then you've got this big plastic kind of shroud part behind it. So I probably would say no to taking the front of the machine off to get to it, but I could be wrong. In fact, I haven't even looked on YouTube to see if anybody else is doing this fix. But I will. But I think I'm going to throw that motor out because that might be the problem with this machine. I'm not going to hold on to it just in case there's a problem with that, because this machine was tripping. And it was tripping, I think it was tripping caused by the fact that this, this wheel, the rubber, see, this is what it's like. That had basically broken off this machine. So this wheel, all this wheel is designed to do, see there's another one on that side, it's supposed to be on that side, but I pulled it off because I used that wheel in this machine here. And I'll stick a link to that to that video in the description. But yeah, so basically what had happened is this had fallen off, this had basically broken off, which meant that the bowl had fallen down and it just wasn't turning. So I think just the strain has done something to the motor over time, maybe. I can't be sure. Honestly, I should keep this, but I don't plan on doing very many dryer fixes with these condenser dryers. I just want to be able to understand them. I want to do the odd one. If that's an easy fix, this here seems to be the most common problem with these machines. I'd say this and the capacitor and this idler here would be probably the most popular thing to go wrong with these machines. But anyway, so I'm just going to pull the computer off, I'm going to pull the door off, I'm going to keep the door. But to be honest, I think the only way to replace a belt, if the belt snaps, or brakes, I have a feeling you have to pull the entire motor off. That's the only way I can work it out, because you really need to get that bowl out so you can put a new belt around it, don't you? But yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to set you up here. See if I can angle you down. I'm just going to pull this computer out. Off, I should say. And I know this computer is good because I verified that in the last video that I made where I fixed this other machine. So that's a really very good part. So excellent. We'll hold on to that. In fact, this was part of the reason I was going to do this video, because I want to take this front section of this machine off. I want to see how it's connected up. So let me just set you here. Just set you there. Take this door off first, which looks easy. It's just 2 screws. But is there a back plate that's going to release if I take these screws out? There is on the normal dryer that Fisher and Paykel do, and it's a booby trap, and it wrecks most people's dryers. Let's see what happens. No. Well done. Okay. So, hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. I'm going to take this screw out, and this screw out, and see what happens. What's in here? What's this thing? Okay, so we'll hold on to that. They get pretty dirty, I think. Now, is this anything? I can't take it out. Alright, so let's just leave that. Okay, let's pull a filter. Those filters would be pretty good to have. Now, what else? Listen, what I might do is, next I might actually take these screws out, these ones at the front here, and these down the bottom corner. One, well, there's only one there. I'm sure there's got to be another one down there, right? But we'll find out soon. So let me just start by doing that. Okay, so what happens when I try and pull this apart now? Okay, I didn't do this one. We didn't do this one in the top corner. And I'm not sure what that's attached to. I don't know, but let's take it off. Okay, same thing. All right, so sorry about this great camera work. What happened? So that's definitely completely separated now, right? What's going on here at the side? So that just lifts up like that. You know, I can't imagine that's how you get to the taking the front off. That's not how you get to these wheels or any other part. That's just too much work, I'd say, I think. Is there any screw down there? can't feel a screw down in this corner. It's funny, every other corner has a screw but that one. But I'm not sure what's behind here. I'm not even sure how to take that off, to be honest with you. Come on, that's got to come out. Maybe it slides across. Oh, there we go. Can you see there's a screw? That's the screw we're looking for. So if I take that off, oh, and there's one down the bottom corner on the other side as well. Now, have I taken enough screws off to be able to take that front of the machine off completely? I don't know how to take this front off. It's so annoying. It is so annoying. Well, that's how you take this door off, I think. You pull it across and lift it up. Yep, got that off. Now we might be able to take that off. Nope. He's not giving up his secrets very easily. Is it the same with this? Oh, come on. What the hell? I want to know what's behind this bit of plastic. Should I destroy it to get it off? I mean, it's not like it's going to be a useful part. There we go. Oh, we didn't. Oh, here we go. I can see how you take it off now. You push it this way. Okay. All right. You have to take this off because there's a bunch of screws behind here. Okay. Once you've got that that panel off, we have to take that screw out and that screw out, and then the front should just lift off, theoretically anyway. One, two, and is this going to lift up? Yes. Oh, it's got like the door switch is still connected, so I'll just put you down. Just put you over here. So I'll just disconnect this door switch. There it is. Stupid design. Now I'm looking at what else we would have to do. There is no way you would get into this machine via the front. If you want to change those wheels or remove the bowl, it has to be done by the side and the back. This is the only reason I wanted to take the front of this machine off, just to get a good idea. I'm not going any further than that. In fact, I reckon this here would be like a heat sensor. In here, I reckon we should pull that out and keep that. There's probably a couple of them actually. Don't know what this is. Feels like it's a capacitor in there. I'm not really interested in the wiring harness, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this would be like a thermos. Okay, a heat sensor. There you go. So we'll hold that, and I'm pretty sure there was one on the back of the machine somewhere as well, but that's okay. I'm just going to trace this wire back and pull that sensor off. I don't know why I'm holding it. I don't plan on doing any real full-on fixes with these machines. Here we go, it's just here. There you go, it's just plugged in here. So that's your heat sensor by the looks of things. Is it worth keeping this door seal? We'll grab that as well. You know, I don't need anything else out of that, I don't think. I didn't realise there was, in fact, I might take that light bulb off, because this machine that I've just fixed, I can't recall ever seeing a light come on when I open the door, so maybe it's blown and needs a new one, so I might just grab this just in case. In fact, I don't know if you can take it out, to be honest with you. It's not a twist out one. I don't think you can. I think once these blow... Oh, there we go. No, sorry, it is. It's twisting out. There we go. Okay, so I'll keep that. Put that to the side. But as for this part here, I think I'm just going to take this straight to the car and dump it. I don't think there's anything else on there that I can use, that I'd want to use or hold on to. So let me take this to the car. Right, we have a right mess on our hands here. I am just going to clean up, and I'll show you the parts that I pulled out of that machine, and we'll discuss what we kind of took away from that little experience. Okay, so these are the parts that I pulled out of that machine. I know I said I wasn't going to bother keeping this motor, but I thought I may as well. At least it keeps the fans together, if you know what I mean, and the capacitor. So I think the problem with that machine was either the capacitor. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever heard of any capacitors causing shorts in a machine? Because that's what was happening. This machine was shorting out. So it could either be the capacitor, the motor, the heating element. That's about it. I thought there was going to be a pump in that machine. I can't see a pump anywhere unless it's still in that shroud that I threw in the car. But these are the parts that I pulled out. So I'm going to hold on to this entire back piece. I think that would come in handy. The funny thing is with this machine, they don't have bearings in the back. They've just got like a hole and a plastic kind of sleeve that goes in there, and it just rotates. So I'm going to hold on to this back piece. It's cool because it's got the power cord still attached. I'm going to hold on to this motor. I think those fans will come in handy. I'm also holding on to the computer. That's probably the best part of this, all of these parts. And now the coolest part to these machines, I think, for someone like myself, I guess, is that the sides are separate and the front is separate and the back is separate. So if you ever get big dents, if like someone's pushing one out of the back of a trailer or something like that, and you dent a side, well, the entire machine isn't stuffed then. You can just replace a part. So you can see here, that's the front that we just pulled off, but we also got underneath them one side and a second side. So if there's any, sides that need replacing, I'll have a couple of extra sides, so I'll hold on to those. We've got this, door seal. We'll hold on to that just in case. This filter, I'm sure that's going to be like a much sought after part. By the way, I don't sell these parts. I just hold on to these for myself to fix future machines. And the funny thing is, I swore I would never do any of these condenser dryers. But now that I've opened them up and I've seen how they kind of work, I think I'm going to start doing it. This here, I'm not even sure what this is. It looks like a filter of some sort. I think I know what it is. But I've seen these in machines and they get really dirty, so I might just hold on to this just because it's clean. And we've got a good door, bunch of screws. We've got a belt. I'm sure that gets, these probably go all the time. And this is that part that I was telling you about, that because there's no bearing, this part here goes over that little axle in the drum. And that gets pushed in there and it just rotates. So that's quite, I might just leave that there actually. So there, that's my little booty stash. That's what I've pulled off that machine that I'll keep a hold of. And on the other side of this door is the heating element. I mean, that could be the problem with this machine. That might have been the part that was shorting out. Who knows? But that's there anyway. So that's what I've pulled off that machine. Just get this gimbal to play. Oh, come on. Actually, a lot of parts, really. Hey, I have to find somewhere to store all these now. But the rest of it's going to the dump. In fact, oh, and the other thing is, I'm going to hold on to this bowl. I mean, I don't know why I would want to hold on to this bowl. The only reason I want it is because it's beautiful. It's a really nice bowl. It's got this really nice kind of thing happening on the inside. I really like it. A lot of people use these for fire pits. But I don't know. I'm not sure why I'm holding on to it. I'll probably end up throwing it out soon, but I'll hold on to it for a little while. In fact, I may even put a lot of the parts inside that bowl and kind of store it like that. But there you go. So from that, hang on a second. From this to that, that's what we've got. And talking about this, I just finished my very first test dry and it performed beautifully. Like, yeah, the clothes were really soft. They felt a bit softer than they would normally, out of a convention, a normal dryer. I was quite surprised. I like it. So yeah, I'm going to give that one to my mum and dad. That cost $1,000, $1,000 for that machine. So I'm going to give that to my parents. I'll hold on to the rest of this. In fact, I do have another 1 or 2 machines that need some attention, so I might try and fix those with some of these parts, depending on what the problem is. But there you go, guys. I know this video, there wasn't really that much in this video. I think you may have, if you've kind of been wondering, if you want to know how to pull one of these machines apart even further than what I did in part 1 of this video collection, I guess you should say, when I fixed this machine. I did do a fair bit of work pulling that machine apart. If you wanted to know how to pull it apart even more so, hopefully this video helped you out. That's the whole idea of it. And plus, for myself, I have a record now of me doing it. I normally remember these things, but at least I've got it on video now, so I'll stick it on YouTube. And if any other person out there can, benefit from it, awesome. But there you go. I'm going to call this one. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.